Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised.
You can even
and
compare
now on
prices
to the show.
And book an appointment.
And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm running late today due to technical difficulties. My apologies, everybody. Some days things go smooth, some days they don't. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. How is everybody doing, and how was their weekend? Hopefully it was good. I had a nice, relaxing weekend. Don't get much of those. Don't get them often. But it was nice and relaxing. Had a great Friday night. Went out to dinner with some neighbors, some friends of ours, and it was fun. It was nice to go out. This next story is not nice, though. I'll tell you that right off the bat. It pisses me the hell off. This guy is a scumbag extraordinaire. You might know him as the paramedic out of Texas. He's the electoral vote. And he said he can't vote for Trump. It's not in him. He doesn't meet the test that he has given. Well, this guy is also kind of ran around saying he was a 9/11 first responder. He's been invited. He's done first pitches and all that. Well, this guy is not exactly what he says he is. It's come out that this guy is a false, I don't know what you want to call him. He's stealing honor. It's disgusting. He was not at 9/11. And he has been honored by so many places, throwing out first pitches. You know, he's using that as his backdrop for why he can't vote Trump. When this guy is fake as hell. Now, I talk about my career slightly on the show, but the one thing that I've learned over the years, when you get a guy that's constantly bragging and running his mouth about his career, those are usually the ones that are bullshitting. Those that do know usually don't talk very often. I talk about it on the show to expand horizons. I'm not out there bragging like this guy was trying to do. This guy thought he was all hot shit. Oh, look what I do. And he hasn't done shit. He's one of those. And it pisses me off. It really does. It really pisses me off. But this guy's going, I can't vote for Trump because my conscience doesn't allow me to. You know? Yeah. Let's. Oh, and speaking of electoral college votes, that is today. We finally get this the hell out, and there's going to be protests today. Even several of the idiots that are pushing for these the electorals to change their vote. They publicly said they know it's not going to work. They know it's not going to change anything. It's all just beating on the chest, trying to act. I don't understand. You know what? The Democrats would have a better chance if they came out and said, you know what? We got our ass handed to us. Yep, we did. We're going to go back and we're going to look at exactly what happened and where do we go wrong. And we're going to rethink everything about our party. And we're going to come back stronger and better. And for the American people. A lot of people will be like, holy shit. Now that's a party to be proud of. But instead we get the whining and crying. These are supposed to be adults that are running our country. And they can't act like adults. That's the scary part. That is truly the scary part. They can't act like adults, and they're the ones that are supposed to be running the show. That's really scary. I have more respect for someone that says, you know what, I know where my mistakes are. I'm going to look at them, and I'm going to, get better from there. I don't respect people that are going to just sit there and make every fucking excuse in the world because they screwed up. But no, let's blame everybody. And you can go through the line after line, with the excuses that have come out since the election. I mean, they blamed FBI, they blamed emails, they're now blaming Russia. It's like, Jesus, people. When one doesn't work, they go to another. Oh, he's a white supremacist. Oh, he's a racist. He's this, he's that. Oh, it's not working. Let's switch. Oh, he's unqualified. It's sad. It really is. I know kids that have better manners than that. They have more self-respect than that. Yeah, it just... All right, we're going to take a quick break. So we have the show back on track. And you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here. And we will be right back. Hopefully, if I can get it to work.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense, now that I suck at coming out of commercial early. Oh, it's going to be one of those days, isn't it? I know it is. It's okay. Yeah, this jackass, I kind of got off subject of it, but this jackass that he's electoral in Texas and says he can't vote for Trump is Chris Supern, Suprun, 42, portrays himself as a heroic firefighter who was among the first on the scene after the third plane flew into the Pentagon on 9/11. And a heavily publicized editorial this month for the New York Times, which was back in November, Chris stated that as a member of the Electoral College, he will not cast his ballot for Trump because the president-elect shows daily he is not qualified for the office. So, coming from a man who steals honor. Yeah. Let me get back to you on that because that sounds like a bunch of bullshit that this guy's just a fame seeker. This guy even used his resume to establish credibility in the Times piece, writing in the second paragraph, 15 years ago as a firefighter, I was part of the response to the September 11th attack against our nation. He has founded a nonprofit called Never Forget, and state records show he is a licensed paramedic, but much of the rest of the resume publicly available on LinkedIn is questionable. In addition, on at least two occasions over the last couple of years, Chris has been introduced as a 9/11 veteran before throwing out first pitches. He's claimed to be the first responder with the Massasoit Park Fire Department. Holy shit, this is that big name. Virginia on September 11, 2001. And personally told us stories. I was fighting fire that day at the Pentagon. Said a first responder who knows Chris and only agreed to speak about him if his identity was concealed. No, I was a medic on a medic unit that day at the Pentagon, and you make a phone call to the fire company, you'll find out that he wasn't even employed there until 2001. Wait a minute. There's a medic that was there. That was with that place. And he wasn't there. When it was called, it was confirmed that he was never hired with that fire department until October 10th, 2001. 1 month after the 9/11 attacks. And the fire chief added that his department never even responded to the Pentagon or any 9/11 sites. This is no different, as I said, than stolen valor. It's like someone dressing up the military and saying, hey, I earned a Purple Heart when you weren't even in combat and getting free items. This guy's been honored, and it's sick. The guy's mentally sick. I mean, this guy knew he was not going to uphold. He knew he was going to get the publicity. You know, when he started this all, he said he worked with Air Methods Air Ambulance Service when the company was contacted. He was not an employee there. He also claimed he was currently a paramedic with Freedom EMS in Dallas, but records from the Texas Department State Health Services indicate there's no such company. A firm with that name used to exist in Houston, but it went out of business in 2008. Federal documents show that Chris has spent the last 5 years in bankruptcy, while his resume says he was working. He even collected unemployment during that time period. He does not respond to emails now. How you doing, Cal? You know, Cal, I was sitting here worried. I was having trouble. And I almost didn't do the show, but I just had a funny feeling you're going to be here today. So I wanted to be here just for you. This guy has gone on. He's lied everything about his whole resume. Everything about his life is a lie. And he's trying to say that Trump is unqualified to be president and he can't vote. Well, goes to show you the mentality of the people that are against Trump. The scum of the earth, some of these people are, and they try taking the high road. But the one thing that might be coming out of it is it's funny. They tried to contact two public relation firms that Chris has hired. And amazingly, his schedule is jam packed, and he can't do an interview. Now, the biggest story is, or the biggest question, how are president electors chosen, and are they vetted? And unfortunately, they're not. They are selected in an almost informal process that each party undertakes at their state convention. As it's been a political science professor at SMU stated, parties might want to ask for a little more background information, do a little bit of checking into people who would like to be members of the Electoral College. And you might see some changes 4 years from now. The professor goes on to say, I think in the future there will be a little bit more vetting, scrutiny given to prospective electors. Especially with the talks of the faithless electors. Now, what you probably will also see is you have several Arctic blasts that grip the Midwest now on the move. Now, my question is, we ought to be thanking global warming. We need to thank global warming. Think of how much colder it would be with these Arctic blasts if it wasn't for global warming. I mean, they say this global warming's upping our temperatures by, 5 million degrees now? Without that, we would be a block of ice right now. Phew, thank God for global warming. And yes, I know that was a total idiotic statement and exaggerated, but that's also how the fuck global warming idiots are. Now, he tried changing his story around, too. He tried... Where's the update? And Chris had said that he worked as a firefighter in Dale City, Virginia on September 11, 2001, but there's no listing of that on his LinkedIn account. And then when Dale City Station records state none of its members were part of the initial response to the Pentagon. So he got caught lying. He throws another lie out there, and he gets smacked for that one. He needs to just come forward and admit he's a fucking fake. But no, the man has no balls. The man that's going out there trumps about his credibility. Yeah, you might want to question yours. And he just ruined his career. He will probably never work as a paramedic again because his judgment will be questioned from here on out. If we can't trust him with something that simple as to tell the truth whether you are on a scene or not, you can't be trusted with medications. You can't be trusted to dispense medications. You can't be trusted with someone's life if you can't tell something as simple as the truth. And as Chris questions Trump's credibility, I know a lot of first responders that have doubts about his own, and not even about Trump. This raises a major issue. And if Chris wants, he can contact me as a fellow first responder, and I will put him on the show, and we'll have a conversation. But I know he doesn't have the balls to stand up. Hold on 1 second. I also got the sniffles. You know, we got winter coming in. It was in the 70s this week, and I know I'm going to get a few cusses on that one. I'll look into that in a little bit, Cal. Now, de Blasio, Mr. de Blasio, Mayor de Blasio, scumbag de Blasio. Seems grand jury is going to be not just one grand jury, two grand juries, a federal and a state grand juries have started hearing testimony relating to criminal investigation into his campaign fundraising with possibility of a pay-to-play violations. These grand jury's action represent the strongest indication yet that indictments could be forthcoming. And we'll talk more after the break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet. Via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeovers here, we have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless I have technical issues again. I freaking hate that. It's embarrassing as anything. What we have here is another, he's an independent. Yeah. He's an independent, my ass. He's help funded by the Democrats. He does what the Democrats tell him to do. So, you take it from there. It's unclear, as the Times wrote, whether either the inquiry would result in criminal charges against the mayor, but the grand jury activity appeared to be the strongest indication since the investigation came to light in April that prosecutors may be moving closer to one or more indictments, possibly against some of Mr. de Blasio's closest aides, including his top political aide, Emma Wolf, and his finance director, Ross Offinger. Now, I find it extremely funny that it's the Democrats always crying that we need finance reform in politics. And who keeps getting their hands smacked? Independents and Democrats. And who finances the independents? Democrats do. It's very, very interesting, to say the least. Now, of course, this is all confidential because grand jury proceedings are secret. So take it for what it is. We'll go from there. I wouldn't, being de Blasio, I wouldn't throw it past anybody. He's one of them that I don't trust. Is there some independents that I might trust? Yeah. Right now, I can't think of any off the top of my head. So, I'm still finding it funny that the alt radical left won't accept the election results. And it's to the point of just telling them to put your big boy panties on. Put them on. Be a big boy or big girl. That enough's enough. It's time to stop the bullshit. I'm not saying you have to agree with Trump. I'm not saying you have to like Trump. But all this whining and crying and carrying on, the time is done. I know you're used to being coddled. Trump won. It's over with. You sound like a bunch of hypocrites. This is what you cried about. Trump's going to ruin our country because he's going to do this. No, sounds like it's you guys doing it. Oh. I don't know. I'm just wondering when the adults are going to come back and start acting like adults. Trying to do a couple things while I do the show. It's going to be a long 4 years. I can tell you that. I think it's going to be a great 4 years, but it's going to be a long 4 years. Let's see, where are we? There we go. They can whine and cry all they want, though. It's not going to change anything. Hillary lost. It's done. It's done. Stop. It's done. No more. Done. it's. I mean, seriously. I mean, what more? Ooh, couple beeps. Damn computer, talking back to me like that. How dare it? Yes, I think I've lost my mind. See, Trump came, or Obama came out. Oh, we got confirmed that it's Russia. They tried to interfere. We've confirmed it. Yeah, I don't buy it. I don't. And it's not the first time that Obama has altered and politicized intelligence reports. He's done it. That's the problem. He's done it. And other presidents have done it, too. It's not just Obama, so piss off with that shit. He's done it before. There's Democrats that are already saying that they're drafting impeachment processing. They're going to impeach him on the first day. God, you guys are whiny little bitches. Where was all the, it is the duty to work with him that we heard with the Democrats about Obama? And don't give me, well, the Republicans do it. If you're saying that's what the job is of the House and the Congress as overall, is to work with the president, then you're being a hypocrite by acting this way. Because you can't sit there and say, well, you got to do it this way and then act a different way. It's called being a hypocrite. Oh. I just. The left is so full of bullshit and hypocrisy. It's hard to keep track of anymore. It really is. It's next to impossible. Trying to read something now. I don't know. All right, we're going to take a little bit of a break here. I need to handle something, so I'm going to take an extra couple minutes. I almost didn't change it. That would have been bad. That would have been a lot of dead air. Don't worry, there's not going to be dead air. I got a nice little something for everybody. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I got a list of stuff to go over. There's going to be a lot of bitching, a lot of moaning, and, a lot of cussing. And, yeah, it's going to be fun. So, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense. We will be right back after this little bit of extended break.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying coffee, stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And discipline remains mercifully.
Yes, and neither would you.
Derek, this star nonsense. No, it isn't.
I'm sure of it.
So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil? Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to train your heroes for gold?
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. All right, I'm back. I told you I'd be back. Political actually amazed me. They fired a reporter. They actually fired a reporter. Now, it comes out the reporter was leaving soon anyway, so they just expedited the exit. Well, I'll give them credit for it. They shit-canned one of these liberals, and these people are sick. I can't say it enough. They're sick. This broad, yes, I know I used a sexist term, and I don't give a shit, tweets on Wednesday afternoon after learning that Ivanka Trump would be occupying the office of the First Lady's in the White House, the First Lady's office. Supposedly she was going to get it. So she tweets out either Trump is fucking his daughter or he's shrieking nepotism laws, which is worse. She then abruptly deleted the offensive tweet and offered the following apology. It was tasteless, offensive tweet that I regret and have deleted. I am truly and deeply sorry it won't happen again. No, she was truly and deeply sorry that there was a backlash. She's truly and deeply sorry that she got fired. She doesn't give a shit. They make these comments all the time and think they can retract them. But if a conservative were to do it, holy shit, this is all media would be talking about for the next year and a half. They get ridiculous, the liberal media, when it comes to this shit. But when a liberal does it, oh, it was just an accident. They were just upset. They were just... What'd she do, get some sand in her vagina? Jesus. And if it was a guy, I'd be making the same kind of comments about the guy. This is ridiculous. That is disgusting, that tweet is. The left is on hinge because they lost. Why? For how many years these youngins, these little youngins have been told, you're a winner. You get a participation trophy. You're a winner. So now they're out in the workforce and they're seeing that their efforts are failing and they don't know how to fucking handle it. This is what participation trophies give us. A bunch of idiots that can't take failure. That throw them into a mental tizzy. Oh my God. Is it 3 o'clock yet, by the way? 3 o'clock, all the voting will be done for the election. And we can finally put this shit, hopefully, past us. All right, that's too funny. On Fox, outnumbered, they have a female. She is a black woman, very beautiful. But her name is Ebony Williams. Sorry, I find that funny. That is funny as hell to me. I know she probably got picked on real bad in school, but it just a very beautiful woman. But Ebony, come on, it's too easy of jokes. All right. What do we got next? What do we have next? But yes, that woman was abruptly fired. Now we're going to go back to this fake news because it's a major thing that's in the news nowadays. Fake news. And we'll get to it because Facebook did have a major announcement this weekend. More of a ridiculous announcement. And this fake news, it's a propaganda campaign started by the left. It is a joke. It really is a joke to me. I don't take it seriously. I never have, never will. I've told you from the beginning that it is nothing more than another way to censor free speech. The PC talk is not working anymore. You know, you can't say that because it's politically incorrect. That's not working anymore. So they have to go a different route. And they have to go this fake news crap. And, well, it's not exactly working. And people are catching on. And Facebook is going to take some shit, especially coming from the man that went, I'm not going to interfere with the free speech on Facebook. And now he's folding like a cheap suit. It's figured it was coming. I really did. This fake news, it's a Media Matter idea that was thought up. And it gets to cover up and if you look before September 13th, there was no talk of this fake news. We never heard about it. Never heard about it. Now that's all we goddamn hear about. That in Russia. It's, get a life. Get a life. It's Like I said, it's nothing more than another attempt to silence free speech. And I've talked so much, I'm at a stuttering standstill. It's a propaganda campaign, and it's just a way. Number one, it ends the truth from coming out. It ends free speech. That's all it's doing. That's all this is doing. It's anything that will be said negative about the Democrats will be labeled fake news. Anything that Republicans say will be labeled hate speech. To give a perfect example, Gab, which is the rival of Twitter, their app cannot be sold on the Apple Store because Apple is offended by what conservatives say and have labeled it as hate speech, so they don't have to sell the app on their store. It's more of the same rhetoric. That's all. They're trying to end the truth from coming out. They don't want you to be able to say anything negative about the Democrats so that they can hide. And it's going on worldwide. It's not just happening here in the United States. Germany is fighting with Facebook that they get to pick what is removed. They get to pick what is removed from the internet and labeled as hate speech. So anything said negative about this progressive movement will immediately be labeled hate speech, fake news, so forth and so on, and will be removed. It's the only way Democrats can win. Their message has failed the last several years. We've all seen it. And now their only recourse is to silence everybody. This party is not out for the best intentions. They are out for power and nothing else. And there's no other way to put it. That's all they are about. Because if you want to talk about fake news, you had a Newsweek idiot, an idiot from Newsweek. He's claiming that Trump in the 90s spent time in a mental hospital. But that's not fake news. No proof, no nothing. Just a baseless accusation. And we're supposed to just allow it. That's okay. That is okay, people. Because it's the left making that false accusation. What a freaking joke we've become. He made the claim back to September, and he was on a Tucker Carlson show. And this guy's... God forbid if you challenge the left. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I swear they, lose their shit in a heartbeat. This idiot made the claim on Twitter, but guess what? He deleted it. And he said, I believe Trump was institutionalized in a mental hospital for a nervous breakdown in 1990, which is why he will not release his medical records. No proof, no nothing. Let me just throw these claims out there. And it's just, oh my God. Is this the end of our country? I'm serious. It makes me wonder sometimes with the idiocy. Is this the end of the United States? The Democrats are hell-bent on destruction. No matter what it takes for them to get power, they will do it. And these people are funny sometimes. I mean, some of it can be very hysterical. Because this guy, he's like, he says that he knows people inside the Trump organizations that were deeply concerned about his condition. And he goes on, and then he breaks out a book of Tucker Carlson falsehoods. And these people are sick and sad. And and for some reason he started bringing up the CIA and fallen agents, and that's when Tucker kind of cut him off as enough bullshit is enough bullshit. You can only take so much. After a while, the craziness just is too much to bear. It just, I don't know. It seems the left have lost their minds, literally. Not even figuratively anymore. They have lost their minds, literally. They just can't handle defeat. They were a lousy winner, and they're even worse losers. And this is what we get to deal with, people. This is our future. And one thing I didn't hear this election that bad was about the Koch brothers. But then I thought too soon, because now Obama's talking about them again. He's talking about how they're going to start up a new initiative and start getting grassroots and start working with politicians at the beginning and down to local events, start financing them, and I'm sitting here going, he's like, oh, we don't do that, only Republicans. Where do you think the Republicans learned it from? We're in trouble, people. We really are in trouble. If this is what we have for politics, we need a major reform, and I mean a major reform in this country. Because we're not doing good as a country overall. It's... The shit just keeps getting deeper and deeper when it comes to politics. And worse, it's not getting any better. Nowhere near it. And it scares me sometimes. I mean, the divide is getting wider and wider. Nothing's getting closer. We're not looking at coming together. You have Obama, and I'll talk about this partly tomorrow. He says that he bent over backwards trying to work with Republicans. I'd like to know what fucking world that man lives in. But of course, Democrats can say whatever the fuck they want, and it's not false. Because that man did not bend over backwards at all. I remember he said he wanted to compromise with Republicans, but the compromise would be his way and his way only. That's not a fucking compromise. He didn't give up an inch. What was it? Go win an election, he told him. His rhetoric and propaganda is worse than any Russian propaganda I have ever heard. Oh, and now it's being reported that Clinton advisors are now blaming Huma Abedin for the loss. My God, these people. When are they going to blame Clinton as being a terrible candidate? She was not personable. She just... No one liked her. She screeched. She yelled. She lost her cool during the election. But let's not blame her. Let's not blame the candidate. Let's make every fucking excuse for the woman under the sun. With that, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet. Via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. Cal, that's funny. I finally had a chance to take a look. Someone tried to put an application for a charitable religious status of the Temple of the Jedi Order, and it was rejected. The Jedis have been rejected yet again. Coming to the theater near you. First it was the Sith, now it's the liberals. It's kind of funny someone actually went through and put that paperwork in. Bing, 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 bing. And so the left can come up with whatever cockamamie religion they want, and nobody else can. That does make me laugh. Hee 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 hee. Oh. So the Facebook war on fake news has skeptics asking who decides. I know we know the companies and the players. But who really gets to decide? It really is a joke anymore. A joke where the punchline is not funny. I don't know. It just... They just keep stepping over and going after our First Amendment rights as much as possible and trying to go around it as much as possible. I hope this bites Zuckerberg right in the ass. Because he even came out and said the fake news is only 1%. And how this is going to go about, this whole thing, is You will click, you can turn in any news article that someone posts. It will be sent to several fact checkers that are all liberal fact checking sites. And then there will be a flag posted. So this gives the left another, oh, God, that's a fake story. Facebook posted it as a fake story. Now, Facebook is saying this is the thing, and they didn't want to become the arbiters of truth. So they're handing that off to a couple scumbag companies because they're left-leaning. And it's not because they're left. It's because they're left-leaning and they're very biased in their reports. That makes them scumbag. If they were neutral, I wouldn't care. I would love to see a neutral fact checker. Because I've seen where political fact, here in Tampa it is, and it's a national fact checking, fact checked a fucking joke. I think it was Cruz made a joke. They acknowledged it was a joke and still rated him as a liar. Donald Trump made the comment about acid washing the hard drive. It was he was saying that as a analogy. He wasn't actually saying someone took acid. And what they did use on it is called Bleach Bit, and it's a pretty nasty program. It's the equivalent of pouring acid on something to wipe any trace off. They rated it as a false statement. She didn't use acid on her hard drives. This is how low the scumbag lefts will go. And this is who Facebook says will be the ones, the arbiter of truth, to use their language. Free speech is just going down the toilet fast. Fast, people. Our rights for the amusement of liberals. And they're indoctrinating our kids every single day. Especially in the colleges where these kids are most vulnerable. They're getting indoctrinated. It's scary as hell. And I find it funny that Michelle Obama says that the country, there's not much hope. Well, I could tell you this. I haven't had this much hope for the country in a long time. I haven't had this much hope. Oh. Even prior to Bush. Again, I'm not knocking Bush. But I knew he wasn't going to make any major strides as a president. Trump, I believe a lot of our freedoms will be reinstated. That this president will be the most constitutional following president we've ever had. This man will be looking out for America, not a global corporations, not global nations. He will be looking out for us, Americans. And is that such a bad thing? Well, they indoctrinate our kids that it's bad. But I'll tell you this. I have hope now. But I know it's just that white pride coming out talking in me. Because that's their excuse if I say I have pride. Or I have hope. Well, call it what you want. I don't. It's funny that they have to do this just. When they got lie, cheat, and steal. So funny. And I know I keep repeating myself, but Jesus, it's same thing over and 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 over again. And over again. Attacking our freedoms. Just whittling away. And that's the problem that happened. This administration went too hard, too heavy at our freedoms. And it pushed people over the line. That's the problem. And they can't see that how they push too far. And it's the frog in the water. They turn that hot water up too far, too high. But what are we going to do? Just keep fighting. We only got 30-some days left. Actually, exactly 1 month from today. Tomorrow's 1 month. Oh, I can't wait. Do some celebrating tomorrow. It will be a happy day when they are no longer in office and this nightmare can start to be corrected. I know it's not going to be easy and it's going to take a long, long, long time. And I know the Democrats are going to fight tooth and nail. But you even have, let's see if I can find that article. Tim Ryan, he's a Democrat representative. No, why would I take next week off? This is the week of Christmas. No, I'll be here, Kel. I'm not taking any days off. I will be here. I am not going anywhere. Before we get to this article talking about this information, we're going to hit a break, and you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back after these brief messages. Not that button. Oh, my God. Hitting wrong buttons.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show. Also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The the bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays 2 ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. So, Democrat, why does Everything sounds really weird all of a sudden. There we go. Democrat Representative Tim Ryan, who was one that challenged Nancy Pelosi for leadership, they need to look at this guy because this guy, he's not your progressive. He's the old school Democrat that was for the working people. This man, you might want to keep an eye on him. I kind of like him. He's a Democrat, yes, but I kind of like him, and I don't distrust him. Let's just say that. But he's come out and he said that it's the obligation of the Democrats, and I said earlier it is their obligation. They cried for 8 years that it is the job of Congress to work with the president, no matter who it is. And now they're fighting that and being hypocrites where Tim Ryan's coming out and saying, no, it's our obligations to work with them. And the partial transcript, this is from Morning Joe on MSNBC, which all of a sudden is sounding more conservative by the day. Kind of funny that some of these shows are kind of stopping the bullshit. Not all, some of them. And Brzezinski, whatever the hell. What do you think about Democrats heading into Trump Tower to meet with President-elect? Do you have an issue with it? Would you have an issue with that? Ryan came out and said, no, I think you've got to have those conversations. Look, he won. I mean, we can't sit here and act like we're just going to obstruct from the very beginning. He won. We have an obligation. And for my personal example, a lot of people voted for me and voted for Donald Trump, voted for Joe Manchin, voted for Donald Trump. Probably a lot more for Joe Manchin than Donald Trump than for me and Donald Trump. But having said that, we have an obligation to sit down and figure out what are the sweet spots that we can find that are going to help working class people. We have an obligation to go and try to find out what that is. It doesn't mean that we have to make a deal right there, but let's start those conversations. And that's all I think a lot of people are saying. Let's try to find a common ground. And not a Harry Reid Obama common ground of it's our way or the highway. And literally, Harry Reid and Obama both said that. Literally, it's my way or the highway. We need to find a common ground and work from there. Just as I said, with this national concealed carry that Trump's administration, the NRA, are looking to push through. And the Republicans or the Democrats are, we're going to block it, we're going to block it. That's how stupid they are. As much as I don't like these ideas, you don't think they should go and say, hey, you know what? We'll work with you on a national concealed. Okay, we'll work with you. But what about extensive background checks we've been wanting to push? Or the no fly, no buy. Or it will have to be an actual national card that they'll have to get. Instead of state by state, we're going to have a national one and everybody will have to get this and go through this process. You know, there's so many ways they could work to try to come to a common ground instead of, I'm just going to block it. And I hate when both parties do that. I'm just going to block it. If Republicans said this, as they kind of did, and I didn't agree, well, we're going to block everything Obama does. They didn't have the power to block. That was the funny part. It's instead of trying to how to block each other, how about we try to find common ground? And Trump has tried to put out an olive branch, and he's tried to talk to Democrats, say, hey, come on over, let's talk, let's sit down. And the ones that have actually gone have said, wow, all right, he's not such an asshole afterwards. Maybe we can work with him. Maybe. Now, this one's make me kind of laugh, because Attorney General Loretta Lynch, people have been screaming for Obama to give a mass pardon to the Dreamers. And you know that the Dreamers, the ones he wrote an executive order and said, here you go, I'm going to let you stay. Well, that executive order can get yanked in a heartbeat. Beep. Well, they've been screaming that a mass pardon be given for him. And Loretta Lynch has said he can't do that. It's never been done before. There's no standing law that says he has the ability to do it. It would have to be a case-by-case basis. He just can't write a massive pardon. And, oops, we can't help you. Well, California's trying to do as much as they can. They're now setting aside, California is setting aside taxpayer money to pay to defend illegal immigrants for free. California is hiring immigration lawyers to help the illegal immigrants. They may not know it, but they have a legal pathway that they go, but they don't have the finances, so we're going to give it to them. Listen, I have no issue with immigrations. Republicans have no issue with immigrations. We have no problem with people coming to our country looking for a better life and the American dream. That's what America is about. If you don't like the process, it's a ridiculous process sometimes. It is. Well, let's change the law, not ignore the law. Because that is the mindset that they're trying to indoctrinate into these younger people. That the government has the right to pick and choose what laws it wants to ignore. And then it'll come to what constitutional amendments they want to ignore. Yeah, they're not doing it right now, but I'm telling you right now, that's what would come down the pipe. You get them used to small things, and you keep increasing it. You get them where they just ignore. Immigration, that's not an important law. We're going to ignore that. Oh, your First Amendment right? Yeah, it's not important. We're going to ignore that. How much longer before our government gets to do what it wants, while we the people have to follow the strict regimen of laws? You laugh. I should say Democrats laugh about it. And, that'll never happen. You're being an idiot on it. What do you think they're going for? What do you think endgame is? And that's what I try to always look at. What is the end game they're looking at? Republican? Because nothing is as it seems. Nothing. There's always something right there that they're working on long term. And that's why we got the open borders right now. And they've been indoctrinating our kids with open borders. Because if you don't care about your borders, you don't give a shit about your country. You don't give a shit about your country, you are okay with a global government. Look at European Union. They've been indoctrinating those kids. The kids have been around so much around the European Union. They don't know what national sovereignty really means. So these kids go along and they don't care that now there's talks about doing away with the countries and becoming just the European Union. But now they have the European army that they're pushing. Why? Because they need that to push the European government. They have to have that to protect before they become. They got to have the financing in place to do it. You laugh, but it's right there. We're right there, people. So don't laugh too hard, because that's what we're seeing. And it's been a slow process. It's been a slow process, but they've been trucking along, doing their thing. And I know I'll have people laugh at me for my comments on that and how I'm just being conspiracy theory. I don't care. Because that's what we got coming down the pipes, people. Guaranteed. It may not be in my lifetime, but that's what they're working on. It takes a couple of generations of indoctrination of getting kids to think a certain way. This kumbaya shit that they've been preaching. I don't know, people. We're in trouble. Hey, Hillary Clinton said, and it's been her lifetime dream, you can't beat the government from the outside, you have to beat it from the inside. And that's what she's been trying to do. She has been on the inside trying to tear it down, and at the same time making herself a lot of money. Where Saul Alinsky, his idea was to beat it from the outside, and he couldn't. And with that, that's the end of the show, and I want to thank everybody for being here today, and I apologize for my technical issues. I will be back tomorrow, bright and early, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense show right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back. Well, back tomorrow. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.